Hello student, this is the Sangeeta Mansukhani, video number 94. In this video I will be explaining law. So first law is Boyle's law, second is Charles' law and third is Gay-Lussac law and so fourth is Avogadro law. So today I will be explaining Avogadro law. Volume amount relationship represented by Italian scientist Amedeo Avogadro in 1811. According to this law, under the same condition of the temperature and pressure and equal volumes of all gases contains equal number of the molecules irrespective of the nature of the gas. So this means that as long as the temperature and pressure remain constant and volume depends on the number of the molecules of the gas. So volume directly proportional number of the moles of the gas. So V proportional N. So we removing of the constant. So K4. 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. So represent denoted by capital NA. NA Avogadro number. Okay. And moles we have to already known about. Moles mass divide molar mass. Small m divide capital M. So we put the value in the formula this one. So V is equal to K4 small m divide K capital M. So capital M is equal to K4 small m upon capital V. And M upon V, mass upon volume denoted by density D. So capital M is equal to K4D. So density of the gas. So it is also concluded that density of a gas is directly proportional its molar mass. Next is ideal gas and ideal gas equation. A gas which follow Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro law at all condition of the temperature and pressure is called an ideal gas. Okay, again I say what is the ideal gas? A gas which follow Boyle's law, Charles' law and Avogadro's law at all condition of temperature and pressure is called an ideal gas. Then after ideal gas equation. On combining Boyle's, Charles, Avogadro law, we have to obtain a single equation which is called ideal gas equation. And this equation gives the effect of the pressure and temperature on the volume of gas. Boyle's law according at constant temperature and number of the moles, capital V inversely proportional pressure 1 upon P. According to the Charles law, at constant P and N, volume directly proportional temperature. According to the Avogadro law, at constant pressure and temperature, volume directly proportional number of the moles. So according to the Boyle's, Charles and Avogadro, whenever combining the three above, so we get V directly proportional small and capital T divide P. And whenever this constant removed, so capital R constant. And this cons are proportionality constant, gas constant. Okay, and when rearrange, so P going to the left hand side, so formula come PV is equal to nRT. Okay, so formula rearrange, so PV is equal to nRT. This equation is called ideal gas equation and it is applicable for all gases that behave ideally and it describes the state of any gas. So it is also called equation of the state. If in this equation we know any three variable, we can calculate the value of the remaining fourth variable. Let's the volume of a certain mass of the gas changes from V1 to V2 and then pressure is changed from P1 to P2 and temperature from T1 to T2. So for initial condition, ideal gas equation is P1 V1 is equal to nRT1. So P1 V1 divide T1 is equal to nR. This is the equation number first. And then final condition, ideal gas equation is P2 V2 is equal to nRT2. So P2 V2 is upon T2 is equal to nR. Equation number first and from equation number second we get P1 V1 divide PT1 and P2 V2 divide T2. nR cancel by nR. So this equation is called combined gas law. Okay, first this is PV is equal to nRT. So we have to represent ideal gas initial condition and the final condition and first and second from equation we get this for equation, and this equation is called combined gas law. Okay, and if out of 6, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if out of 6 the values of the 5 variable are known, so the value of the remaining variable can be calculated. Okay, then nature and then value of R. Capital R is proportionality constant, and it is also known as gas constant, universal gas constant. Okay, and its value is same for all the gases. So from the gas equation, R is equal to PV upon NT, P is equal to pressure, V is equal to volume, small n number of the moles, capital T temperature. So values of the R in different units. Here you see units of the P, atmosphere, and units of the V, liter. So value of the R, capital R, 0.0821 liter atmosphere, Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. Atmosphere unit of the pressure, and units of the volume centimeter cube. So here 82.1 centimeter cube, ATM K minus inverse, mole inverse. When units of the pressure given in the dyne centimeter inverse 2, and unit of the volume centimeter cube. So value of the R, 8.31 into 10 to the power 7 R Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. Then whenever values units of the fire pressure given in Pascal, so and volume given in the meter, so meter cube, so its value of the R, 8.314 Joule Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. If pressure given in the bar and units of the volume given the decimeter cube, so value of the R, 0.083 bar decimeter cube, Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. Next, relation between the density and the molar mass of a gaseous substance. Relation between the density and the molar mass of the gaseous substance. So we know ideal gas equation is equal to PV is equal to nRT, and on rearranging the equation, so we get N upon V is equal to P upon RT. So number of the moles, small n, is equal to mass divide molar mass, small m upon capital M. So on substituting the value of the small n, so above equation is find small n, small m is divide capital M, V is equal to P upon RT, and m upon V is equal to density. So D upon capital M is equal to P upon RT. Further rearrange the equation. So capital M molecular mass is equal to dRT upon P. So this is the relation between the density and the molecular mass of the gaseous state. Okay, so from the ideal gas equation and the number of the moles, we have to further rearranging the equation and we get molecular mass equation. So this is the relation between the density and the molecular mass of a gaseous substance. Next is Dalton law of partial pressure. This law was formulated by the John Dalton in 1801. According to this law, the total pressure exerted by the mixture of the non-reactive gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of individual gases if they were enclosed separately in the same volume and under the same condition of the temperature. Okay, so Dalton's law of the partial pressure, this law given by the John Dalton in 1801, and according to this law, the total pressure exerted by the mixture of the non-reactive gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of individual gases if they were enclosed separately in the same volume and under the same condition of the temperature. If P1 and P2 and P3 are individual pressure of the gases and P total is the total pressure of the mixture of the gases at the same temperature, so then according to the Dalton law of the partial pressure is equal to P total is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 dash dash at constant temperature and volume, and in a mixture of the gas, pressure exerted by the individual gas is called partial pressure. Okay, so if any individual gas exert pressure, so it is known as partial pressure. Okay, so this is the Dalton law of partial pressure. Application of the Dalton law. First is used to the calculation of the partial pressure of gas. Suppose three non-reacting gases A, B and C are taken in a vessel of the volume V at temperature capital T. So partial pressure exerted by these gases are P1, P2 and P3. So P1 is equal to N1 RT upon V, P2 is equal to N2 RT upon V and P3 is equal to N3 RT upon V. So N1, N2, N3 are number of the moles of the gases A, B and C. So expression of the total pressure will be P total is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. So P total is equal to N1 RT upon V, N2 RT upon V plus N3 RT upon V. So common is RT upon V. So in bracket N1 plus N2 plus N3. And when dividing the P1 by the P total, so P1 divide P total, okay, so N1 divide N1 plus N2 plus N3, RTV upon RTV, okay, so N1 upon N1 plus N2 plus N3 is equal to N1 upon N, because this is the total moles, so is equal to X1, okay, so X1 mole fraction of the first gas. Similarly, P1 is equal to X1 P total, so mole fraction of the A into total pressure. Other two gases same, P2 is equal to X2 P total and P3 is equal to X3 P total. So general equation can be written as Pi is equal to Xi P total. So partial pressure of the gas is equal to mole fraction of the gas into total pressure. If we know the total pressure of the mixture of the gases, so we can calculate the partial pressure of the each gases by using this equation. Okay. Then second use of the Dalton law, calculation of the pressure of the dry gas. So most of the gases are collected over water. So they are generally moist and saturated with water vapors and exert their own pressure. But the pressure exerted by these water vapors is called aqueous tension. Okay, the pressure exerted by these water vapors is called aqueous tension, and the pressure of dry gas is calculated by the subtracting aqueous tension from the total pressure of the moist gas. So pressure of the dry gas is equal to total pressure minus aqueous tension. Okay, so pressure of the dry gas denoted by the P dry is equal to total pressure denoted by P total minus aqueous tension. So this is the formula of the pressure of the dry gas. Okay, so we have to easily calculate of the pressure of a dry gas by using of the Dalton law. So Dalton use application in the two-way calculation of the partial pressure of the gas, and second is calculation of the pressure of a dry gas. Next topic is kinetic theory of the gases and behavior. Kinetic molecular theory of the gases. The molecular details about the gases can be visualized with the help of theory called the kinetic molecular theory of the gases. Okay, the molecular details about the gases visualized by the help of the theory, it is known as kinetic molecular theory of the gases. So what is the theory? This theory attempts to elucidate the behavior of the gases and also provides a microscopic model of the gas. So main reasons of this story, main facts of this story. First is gases are made up of large number of the identical tiny particles like atoms or molecules, and which are so far apart that their actual volume is almost negligible comparison than empty space present between them. That's why they are considered as a point masses. Okay, and this assumption explains the compressible nature of the gases. So first explained by this theory compressible nature of the gases. Second one is intermolecular forces of the attraction between the particle of the gas at ordinary temperature. So pressure are negligible, and that's why gases expand and occupy all the available space. Third one, particles of the gases are always in a state of the constant and random motion. Particles of the gases are always in a state of the constant and the random motion. That's why shape of the gases is not definite. So these are reasons also given. Then fourth, the particles of gas move in all possible direction and in straight lines and collide also. So collide with each other and also with the walls of the container. So they exert some pressure on the wall of the container and pressure directly proportional number of the collision per unit time per unit area. Okay, by the volumes on the walls of the container, because collision number of the collision per unit time per unit area increase, so pressure also increase. Then fifth fact is collision of the gas molecule are perfectly elastic way, because there is no loss of the energy or total energy of the molecules before and after the collision remains the same. Then at a given temperature, the speed of the different particles in a gas are different. So however, at a given temperature, the distribution of the speed remain constant, because at a given temperature different particles, so speed are also different. Okay, so temperature at a given temperature, the distribution of the speed remain constant. Then as the gas molecule has variable speed, so variable kinetic energy, variable speed, that is variable kinetic energy, but we take only average kinetic energy. So it is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. So kinetic energy directly proportional absolute temperature. So given formula is equal to E is equal to 3 by 2 kBT. kB here, T is temperature, E energy, kB here, R upon Na. R gas constant, Na Avogadro number. So it is called Boltzmann constant. Okay, kB is equal to Boltzmann constant. So at absolute zero, kinetic energy of the gas becomes zero. So thermal motion of the molecules is expected to achieve at this temperature. So above relation show represent that kinetic energy of the gas is independent of its nature, pressure and volume of the gas, but depends only on the temperature. Independent of its nature, pressure and volume, but depends only on the temperature, and this is known as Maxwell generalization. Okay, so this is also represented by the Maxwell, so it is known as Maxwell generalization. Okay, next topic I will be explained in the next video. Thank you so much.